everybody. Good morning. Good morning to you. VA3EWV on the air. Coming back at you on this Throwback Thursday. We're going to be starting in about 4 minutes. Just going to make sure that everything's working. I did a whole video this week that had no sound on it. So I'm making sure I check that stuff. The headphones were, I thought they were plugged in, but they appeared to be plugged in, but they weren't. So we just got to make sure we are getting away from that. We're going to be kicking everything off on VE3SVC. That's the main repeater in Cornwall that their club uses. So we're going to be using that. We're going to be moving away from VE3PGC because it's a members only repeater at the moment. So since I have lots of friends that are not members only, I've decided to bail from that repeater. We'll just use VE3SVC for now. We're going to be getting started in about 3 minutes. Good morning. The time is 8:00 a.m. This is Ernest VA3EWV. Is there any emergency traffic or priority traffic on this frequency? Nothing heard. This is on the air with VA3EWV, a local rag chew here. This rag chew can be recorded. May not be all the time, but just expect that it may be a live stream. To promote PTT out there, to promote Push to Talk. There's a lot of new hams that don't have the courage to get on the air, and a lot of old hams that might want to come back, so we're showing them the fun, how fun it can be. Anyway, this is VA3EWV with this Throwback Thursday edition. It is 0 degrees Celsius outside, 80% humidity. We're looking at a high today of 7 degrees. A low of 2, and there's 11% chance of rain or snow today. Anyway, we're going to be starting to take check-ins. VA3EWV listening. VA3KCB, good morning to you. I saw your photo down there by the riverside. What's your weather forecast this morning?
Well, Ernest, pretty much the same thing as St. Andrews. We've got 0 degrees outside. River is calm. It's going to be a good day. The sun came up this morning, which is a good thing. And 0 wind in this area. Just a little nippy on the pumpkin.
Huh? Thank you for that too. Again, great pictures. Hey, look, I was up with, I don't know why, 4 o'clock something happened around the house. The dog was barking. And I decided to get up and try to get that dual, not dual, but sub-channel thing working. So 4:30, 5:30, 6:30, the hours kept passing by. I'm looking at videos all over the place. I found the manual. I'm looking at it. Then I keep looking at the frequency that it was on, and it was like 167 something. I couldn't figure out what 167 is. I've never seen anything in 167. Found out that it was a weather frequency. Turned the weather frequency off, and then lo and behold, there's my sub channel. So there you go. All this time it was set the weather frequency. Let me roll this. All this time it's been set the weather frequency, which is great because it has come on. I remember coming back from Ottawa one day. We were having those tornadoes touch down and stuff, and I heard it coming on. I was like, "What is that sound?" I couldn't figure out what it was. It was coming from my radio, and I even had the volume down, and it was breaking the volume. So I was like, "Wow." So now I know how to turn the weather channel on and off, but now I see on the top of my screen, it says VE3SVC Fusion Cornwall, and then at the bottom it says VE3PGC. So I haven't tested it yet, so I was hoping that later on in the broadcast this morning, somebody could go to PGC, not that I'm going to ever use that again, but go to PGC and then say something and see if I can hear it.
Well, I'm certainly glad that you found it, because I figured yesterday, Ernest, that my anytone is not as superior as yours, and I had a hard time to believe that I had dual watch and yours did not. And you'll find it very, very handy now that you figured it out. If all else fails, you have to read the manual. At least that's what my father used to tell me.
I hear that. Okay, we have our first check-in, and I have some more stuff to tell you, but I'm going to come right back and see if there's anybody else out there that wants to say a good morning there. VA3EWV, looking for number 2. Could that be you?
Yes.
Good morning to you, Dean. How you doing today? Over.
I'd say everybody I can of those twice.
I hear that. Did y'all have y'all's lunch yesterday, by the way? Over.
Did I what yesterday?
I heard you. Well, you were calling in for Cliff and Claude. I was wondering if you guys had y'all's lunch yesterday, or your breakfast, or whatever.
No, I can't remember what I was doing yesterday. Yesterday we tried to put together the antenna, and I was just relaying that message from Cliff to you about him and Claude, and then that's about it. So after I tried to cut off my finger, we called it quits on the antenna, and then we're going to go back at her today.
So y'all sitting out there with injuries on the plate and stuff. Oh my God! Just be careful. Was it? Well, you're on the air here. Was it pretty bad, or did you have to get stitches? Did you go take a tetanus shot bad, or what? What's the deal?
Well, I can get my own tetanus shots. I just stuck it under the cold water and made it stop bleeding, and then wrapped it up, and I'm good. And as far as sutures go, I needed 4. I did it myself.
Oh my God. Okay, we're gonna move. Lord have mercy. Hey, I was very proud of myself this year. I did a lot of work around the yard and stuff like that. And, but you know, since I always had soft skin, I was very careful. And even when I was cutting wood there in the front yard, I had bought me some chaps that you put over your legs to keep the chainsaw from hitting you. I had the orange helmet with the headphone things on it and the face guard. I had the gloves that could keep you from getting whatever. I had the big double jacket and all that stuff. Lost about 25, 30 pounds just from carrying all that extra weight and stuff. And my wife has lots of pictures that she just took saying, you look stupid. But you know what? I was about 25 pounds of extra weight, but I never got a scrape on me, you know? And so I still have this smooth, beautiful skin. VA3BS. Be careful out there. We'll come back on to you. We're looking for number 3. Could that be you? VA3EWV listening. Oh, shit. Okay, nothing heard. Hey, back over to you, VA3BS. Someone had asked, had I seen your antennas yet or anything like that? And I'm like, you know, I haven't. I've been to VE3XID's house, VE3IMP's house, VE3ARF's place. I've never seen VA3KCB's antenna. I've been to the front of the house, but just to drop off some equipment. But I never saw his antenna or anything like that. But I think you're putting up new stuff. And they were like, oh, you should see all the Dean stuff. I've never. Do you have like one tower or you have 2 towers? What's the deal?
Well, you really only need one. Well, I got a whole bunch of things attached to it. So, but I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 antennas attached to it. And I'm about to put another one up, not on the tower though.
I saw this cool antenna at Rob Fry's house. I know you seen it too. You were there. That long one that's 40 foot long. It looks like it's got those little pipe fasteners all the way up the thing there. I think it's like 40 feet. I got enough yard here at the side of the shack that I could definitely put that out there and add radios all over the place. Eh? Are you putting up something like that or something up in the air?
So that's called a vertical. I'm putting up a vertical also. And that's going right close to where I'm going to have my shack. And the pole is already in the ground. We did that a couple of weeks back. Now Marsh and I are attempting to put together this step, they call it a step IR vertical. And the instructions on it were just ridiculous. So, but anyways, we put a locking bolt on wrong, and so we cross-threaded it, so we couldn't get it off. That's how I cut my finger. So we stopped it for the day, and I went and got a new bolt, whatever. So we're gonna go back at it again today, and hopefully we can get it up. If not, we'll, at least it'll be together, and we'll keep it in the house, and then we'll take it out when it's nice and put it up. And then hopefully by then I'll have the rest of the wiring run and whatever, because I don't have the coax, I don't have the wire yet.
Okay, well, you know, you started at a good time, right? It's starting to get a little cool outside. Had a little dust and the snow. So, you know, from what I've been hearing all summer there, as in my first, I'm at 9, I think, well, January, so 9 or 10 months of pretending to be a ham here. It looks like you're doing it right. Good for you there, Dean. Anybody else out there this morning? VA3WV, it's at 8:11 a.m. Some people are just waking up getting that coffee in them. Probably hear from VA3AQE if he's out there. I hope he got the message that we went over here to this frequency. VA3KCB, you're back to you. You're listening to PGC today. I was supposed to be listening to the other frequency. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm talking on SVC, and my secondary monitor is PGC.
Well, see, I have both on the screen, but every time I go to switch, it just brings SVC to the bottom, and then PGC to the top. I can't change it. It was already there when I took off the weather channel. But I'm sure I'll get it figured out. But hey, check this out though. I found out that my radio has some feature called, I'll have to press it. Oh, it's called reverse. So I can do a reverse now for that. Oh, no, it's not reverse. It's called talk around. It has something called talk around. So I was looking at a video on Brandmeister. No, not for Brandmeister, from whatever some guy says asking questions. And I think he said a talk around is, so you're on the repeater, but you don't want to take all the track from the repeater. So you can press talk around. I think that's how I explain it, and talk on the same frequency, but you're not interfering with the repeater. So I found out that my radio has that too. That's pretty cool.
Well, after the net, Ernest, we can try it. All I do is press a button called main. It just switches them over, and I'll talk on PGC. But if someone is talking on PGC while I'm on SVC, it'll come out. I'll know someone's trying to get a hold of me on PGC if someone was to key up on PGC.
You know, speaking for our seasoned hams, this must be very painful for the newest too. You know, it's kind of like, you have a person that does that. I can't keep the microphone in my hand today. It reminds me of those guys that do the BMX biking or whatever, that mountain biking, and you see them on the side of the cliffs with like 6 inches, and they're like going down the side of a 100-foot cliff, 6 inches of dirt, right? And then they're looking at a kid on training wheels. I feel like the kid on training wheels with one training wheel loose, you know what I'm saying? With all these mountain bikers on the side of cliffs listening to me at times. Because, I didn't know about any of this reverse stuff and talk around jazz and monitoring other stuff. That started coming about once we had these technical difficulties with the PGC repeater. Now I'm starting to learn more about the features I have, which is pretty exciting. So I'll make sure that I dip back and forth for that other one that we were on yesterday to make sure nobody's lost. And just for everybody that did make it, I'm just going to use SVC from here on out. And that's going to be the end of that, so I won't have to switch around.
Which other one are you supposed to be monitoring?
It was, let me look on the sheet here. It was, dang it. I had it down. Oh, not SVC. Rick, do you remember which one it was? A VA3KCB, the one we used yesterday?
I think you're on FHA, were you not? But I couldn't get through. I'm monitoring FHA and nobody's on it.
Well, my fear was, my wife, she said to me again yesterday, she heard me talk, she was passing by because her office is next to mine. She says, people are waiting for you to say something. So if you don't say nothing, they're going to just sit there, So I was thinking about going to the different ones and saying, hey, are you there? And come back over to here, right? But, everybody has these fancy radios that can scan and all that stuff like that. So I'm hoping they find it. But by next week, I think we should be good. Uh-oh. Good morning, Dave.
I would probably monitor
Good.
PGC. I mean, that's been the
No, I didn't get a text.
that's been
Hold
the
on.
repeater we've been using for.
I don't know what's going on with my phone. I see my name and my wife haven't been added to the Christmas dinner list yet. We just got a list there from Roger.
Yeah.
Saying, so,
Do you have my right number then?
I have this number.
Hold on one second. Hold on one second.
And there's been nobody on it.
VA3KCB and VA3DS. I'm on the phone with Dave there, the guy who was at the meeting the other day. I'll be right back with y'all. You guys can carry on with the conversation though. I'll be back in shortly. Okay, let me see what's going on with that, Dave.
Yeah, I thought you were going to add us there the other day when I
Well,
talked to you.
I did. I thought I put it on there. Let me see what happened. See, that's why I say, that's why you want to make sure that that's why you want to get this stuff out, right? And say, hey, are there any mistakes? And, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Let me see what happened here.
If that's
Okay, here we go. You sent me an email on that too, by the way. Let me just go back and check this out and see what the problem is.
Yeah, I sent one to Roger too to follow up on it because I said I see our name. This is the second time we sent out a list and our name's not on it. Look at the snow in Halifax.
Dave.
Yeah, I forget what was on the menu. I knew I was having prime rib.
Yeah. Well, when you called me or whatever, when I got the messages, I know I went to my computer and put that stuff in there. Let me just see what's happening. The heck?
Just watching the news here, see Halifax got white ground out there with the snow.
Okay, Dave, you're having prime rib. What's your wife having?
What were you having, hon? Do you remember what the options were?
Yes, prime rib,
Prime rib,
chicken with mushroom,
chicken with mushroom,
and baked salmon.
and big salmon. She's having the salmon.
Okay, and then the salad is chef salad, Caesar salad, or soup of the day.
You having a chef salad, Caesar, or soup of the day? Caesar for her.
Okay, and for you?
I'll have the same.
Okay. So. Save this. Oh, I just found the issue. I'm glad. Okay. I have the cloud service, right?
Yep.
So the thing is saving to my cloud. That way, it's always being saved in case of a backup. But when I sent the email, I was picking the email from my desktop.
Oh, okay.
I was picking up because the desktop is not on the cloud. I see the issue now. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to forward this to you so you'll have it. And then, yeah, that'll be good. So now I see the issue.
So it's just a copy you're sending me?
No, I'm adding you to the, well, what I'm doing is making sure that when I send this out, because the real deadline is a week before Christmas, but I'm not going to tell anybody that because I'll never get the stuff, right? So I set it up. I sent it out Wednesday, and then today it was going to. Today is my yesterday was supposed to go out yesterday, and it was supposed to be my what do you call it check-in, right? And I told everybody the 8th is the final day, right? So I put it out on last Wednesday. Do a refresh out this Wednesday to see if more people, and then next Wednesday you'll see the third one, right? And I'll say that's the air quotes final one, right? But I know that there are people going to drag butt,
Okay, yeah.
So I got you in there now, and I see what my issue is. I have a copy on my desktop that I sent out yesterday, but the cloud one has everything on it, the cloud version. So I'll make sure that I send it from the cloud next time.
Okay, yeah, because I'm not able to fill out the form. For whatever reason, this new phone of mine, it's just not letting me.
Gotcha.
And a couple of the Gmails that I've sent out to you and Roger are still sitting. They didn't even go in the sent file.
Right,
for whatever reason. I got to figure out what's going on.
Well, I'm sending you the thing now, so tell me if you see it. And then I'll...
Okay, I'll just have a peek and see if you sent it.
Yeah, you should be able to see it this time.
Okay, yeah, you're here.
Okay, got it?
Got it. We're both on it.
All right. Well, Dave, do you have Facebook, by the way?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Well, we're on our morning net right now, so we'll have to let you go. But you can always follow it on Facebook too. I'll send you the link, okay?
All right, that sounds great.
All right, have a good day.
You too. Bye now.
This is VA3EWV returning. Sorry about that. Had a phone call for the Christmas party thing coming in there. Got that all sorted out, and we're back in the shack with on the air with VA3EWV on the Throwback Thursday. Anything going on out there? I had the volume down. Come on in.
Well, not much going on, Ernest. It's been quiet since you were gone.
Hey, I'll be in KCB. You're gonna hear me giggling if you watch the thing there. But my wife's she's a big supporter of me, and she'd rather me here talking to you guys than talking to her. She says I talk a lot, right? And I'm always asking her questions and always want to have a conversation. So ha 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 on that. So she says to me though, she goes, you're a natural talker. People just sit there and they listen to your conversations, She goes, if you're gone, there's really not a lot of talk because you come up with all this silly stuff to say, right? So you go in there and talk to your friends. And then last night, she was working on some stuff, and I was talking to her, and she's like, don't you have a net or something like that? Yesterday was Wednesday. There's no nets that I go up on Wednesday nights. So she was hoping that I could go start something in the middle of the night yesterday because she was working on her crafts there. VA3KCB, back to you.
I think she's trying to tell you something, but she's very polite at doing it.
Okay, guys, we're sitting here now at 8:25 this morning on the Throwback Thursday edition. We had call-ins today from VA3KCB, VA3BS. Yes, we did change the frequency, and we might lose people along the way, but this is where we're going to be at for as long as I know. Even if the other repeater's back, I think I'm just going to park it here because this is an official club repeater. I like that. So I'll be also looking for some goodies and stuff I'm going to see if I can purchase some stuff for the club there and make sure we have some backup for UHF and VHF. So we'll see how that goes. We got to get a work first there. Anyway, looking for check-in number 3. Could that be you, VA3EWV, listening? Nothing heard. We'll keep on. So last night too, during that 3-4 hours of trying to get the that monitoring thing to work, I was looking at a lot of. I learned so much. Just last night, I learned so much. So, you know, when everything's working right, you don't think about the back end of it. You just think of, you know, you're just enjoying having the fun on the stuff, right? You're not thinking about the behind the scenes. So yesterday, I found out that Echolink is one thing by itself. IRLP is one thing by itself, and AllStar asterisk or AllStar whatever is one thing by itself. So I was watching videos last night, and you can get these things. You don't even have to have an advanced license. So found that out. You can buy anything. You don't need the license for it. So that takes care of that. But all the videos and stuff I was looking at, what you have to do though is get a hold to the technical directors or whoever's running the repeaters and ask for permission to tie in. And that's a good thing to do, is always ask for permission to tie in. So I would rather just purchase the stuff and let somebody else, you know, configure it and all that stuff and be done with it. But they sell these kits, you can build them yourself and all this and that, and I'm like, nope, not trying to make nothing. That's not anything I want to do. But I wouldn't mind buying stuff and offering it so we can have some redundancy. But it's a lot of stuff out there, man. It's so much stuff. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that.
Well, maybe with any luck, Echolink will be brought back on board in the near future.
Oh yeah, I have no doubt about that. But what it made me learn was when I was watching a video about AllStar. So I was like, what is that? So I watched the video and it said, okay, here's what this is. And I was like, interesting. So you can even do AllStar from person to person. So if I have an AllStar thing set up and you have one set up, I've actually watched videos last night where the guy, you know, went on the frequency, dialed *3, dialed his friend's number, because you have to register for a number on that program. He dialed his friend's number, he called it out, the friend answered. And I was like, oh my goodness. So this, you know, it's not what I thought it was. It's something totally different than what I thought. So it's just just another mode that you can get on. You can have it attached to a repeater. Yeah, that is one of the benefits. And then everybody can log into that repeater, or you can have your own. Your buddy can have his own, and then you can just go that way, and it's just running through the internet. You're still using your radio to talk to your hotspot or whatever in your house or whatever. But I was like, no way. And then for Echolink, I found out because we were playing around with it yesterday, Kimberly and I. And for Echolink, you don't even need to log into a repeater either. You can go from person to person on Echolink. You don't even have to go through a repeater. So I'm like, what? So yeah, I need lots more outages and lots more stuff not to work so I can figure out how it actually works. Over.
Well, I'm sure in due time you'll have it all figured out and mastered.
Well, knowing the fact that you can just have a hotspot, which you don't even have to have an advanced license for that. You just have to have money, time, and patience, right? And if you're really lucky, as someone already knows the stuff and wants to take a few minutes to help you, it can keep you from, like for example, that issue with the Weather Channel. Let me just start. Hold on, let me roll this. It wasn't an issue with the Weather Channel. Somewhere along the way, it was programmed in my radio that the Weather Channel will be there as a second, a second place. But since nothing's going over it, right? Only when something happens. I had thought it, but you can say that you don't want a B or a second whatever. So somewhere along the way, I pressed the button, and then I only saw what was on my screen, which was one thing which I showed on the video yesterday. Now, today I have both. Once I got the Weather Channel off of there, and it was already defaulted to PGC. So now I have to figure out how to, because I can switch back and forth, but every time I press the button, the VA3SVC just goes down to the bottom. And if I turn the knob to change the channels, it changes stuff on the bottom. If I put it up to the top and I turn the knob, it still changed it. So it's only changing that one, and VE3PGC is there by itself. So I'm trying to get that one off of there, and I can't remove it. But I'll figure it out. And that's the fun of radio, all the trial and error, eh?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know exactly, because every radio, the option and the function is different. But mine, I just press me. I use my microphone. I can scroll where you're looking on your top SVT. Well, I just hit the arrow up, and I can change to the 20 different frequencies that Hunter put in. And if I press main, which would be the bottom, and I can scroll through with the microphone, so I can have a combination of any two that I want to monitor. As soon as you find out what your main button is to switch from A to B or B to A, just use your microphone to scroll through them quickly. It's super fast.
Okay, well, stand by then. We'll take a 5-second pause anyway for any emergency traffic while I try to figure that out. 1 second. Ooh.
VA3EWV checking in.
VE3JYD, good morning to you. How's it going today, Robert? Also, I had to ask you a question, but yeah, good morning. How are you today?
Just wonderful. Hey, I'm glad to see you on this repeater. It's finally being used.
Well, I'm going to wear the britches off of it. This is my new home. This is my new home. And I'll be right through it on this one up until something's is being used at this time, right? Or, yeah, I'll just keep using this one. This is a 2 meter, and VE3KCB he was saying some stuff yesterday and it really hit home. It's like it's the main repeater that the club uses. I'm like, well, that's cool. And the number 2, so everybody will almost have this one in their radio. Number 3, it's a 2 meter, and most people have 2 meter radios. So I'm like, this is great. So I'm going to approach the club there at the next meeting and ask, can I buy equipment and have some goodies added to this repeater too. I know that we do have internet there. Which is not going to be a problem, and I think there could be a possibility of 2 pieces of internet there. So I'm going to try to bring some other stuff so we can have some redundancy. And that'll be great. That way if something goes down, we'll have some more stuff. Anyway, besides that, I have a question for you, VE3JYD. Okay, I thought I saw your name on the Christmas party sign-up sheet, I thought I saw your name there, but I think that it was just me not being able to read another person's writing. So if you didn't write anything on there, that's all I just need to know. If you wrote something or not.
No, I have written it. I have wrote. Well, I've not written anything yet.
Okay, yeah, that's all I need to know. I just have to go find out who that is. Also, I like everything typed out. That way there's no, because everybody's handwriting is so different, it's kind of hard. And when you're doing something and arranging something like that, you might want to get the names right and the spellings right, especially if you're having name tags and stuff like that. But thank you for that. What else you been up to this past week?
Well, not too much. Been pretty quiet. Other than running to the hospital three times a week. But other than that, I've been pretty quiet here.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about you last night there. I was just going through some of my notes there, looking for something, and I saw your handle, and I remembered the Monday, Wednesday, Friday thing there, right? So I'm like, yeah, we might be. I'm like, I even thought about it last night. I'm like, yeah, we're probably going to hear him tomorrow. Tomorrow's probably a good day for that. And here you are. So you made our third person today. So glad to have you in there on the Throwback Thursdays there. We're looking for the fourth check-in. If anybody else is out there this morning, want to check in, please come now. VA3EWV, I'm glad you found us. I was getting worried because we had I think this is the third change of the place, but I'm going to be here for a long time to come on VA3SVC here. So welcome to the party. How are you today?
Pretty good. Just had a late start this morning there. I had a couple things to get done. But no, all is well. Thank you. I've been listening to you there for the last 10, 15 minutes or so, I guess.
Okay, awesome. And if there are any experienced hams out there, this is a question. It was explained to me once, but it was so long ago. Someone was explaining UHF and VHF as in like if you're in a city, which one's best to use? Is UHF or VHF, right? So I know we have quite a few people that are mobile, like VA3EWV. You're almost always mobile. So is VE3ARF. So I was just, a lot of us are in town there, right? So I know that someone was explaining the differences between them. I know I can go on Google and say what's different between that, but it's different than looking at something like that and somebody telling you what they experienced in your town. Over.
I'm not sure, but I would say that as far as I'm concerned, often when I'm at home in Long Sioux, I can't get on to this station on the Monday Night Net on the FBC. But I can get you sometimes on the PGC. So I know the PGC is 70 centimeter. But depending on where I am, I guess, I know my station anyway, Long Sioux, I can seem to reach out more and get as good better with 70 than I can with the meter.
Okay, yeah, understood. And you know what? Power getting out is one thing, and receive getting in is another. So I found that out when I was trying to talk to Rick on Monday, I guess it was. He wasn't getting into the repeater. I wasn't coming in pretty good, but I went from like low power to turbo, and on my radio, turbo is over 30 watts. So he could hear me then, but it was still a bit choppy, right? But anyway, whatever one works the best, this seems to be good. And like I said, it's a one that we check in all the time. I'm hoping that tomorrow, though, since everybody's finally in one place, I'm hoping that tomorrow that we could just check out those natural calling frequencies. I just wanted to do a check today to see how many people have gotten it put in their radio. Did you get it put in your radio yet, VA3EWV?
Yes, I did. I did the two that you had them on your Facebook page last night there, I believe. I thought one of them was 446100.
Oh, okay, awesome. So I know you got them in. VA3 KCB, did you get them put in?
I didn't program it in the radio, but I have it in a memo on my cell phone here, so if I was to try it, I'd just enter it manually.
Okay, awesome. VE3JYD, you have, what do you talk on? Do you talk on the bail thing, or do you talk on something else?
Right now I'm talking on a Yasu, but it's strictly 2 meters in.
Okay, that's awesome. Do you know how to program like a frequency in on the fly on that particular radio? I'm just asking for knowledge sake. A lot of us we're having to get people to help us program our radios. I'm just wanting to know if you know how to do it on your Yaesu or not.
Well, I have to read the manuals to do it, but I've got a few in there, yeah. What frequency did you want me to play?
Oh, there's a national calling frequency for UHF and for VHF. The UHF one, the national calling frequency is 146.520. 146.520. That's VHF. And UHF is 446.000. So again, it's 146.520 VHF and 446.000 for UHF. And those are just calling frequencies. That's not a place that you set up and camp and put up shop. But if you're passing somebody and you see your buddy, instead of trying to figure out what repeater they're on, which they're probably not even going to be on if you're on the highway or whatever, but you can just pop in the 146.520 and call out and talk to your buddy. I tested the other day and wound up reaching out to VE3JIN. He's like, he came right back, and I was like, what? He said, oh yeah, I'm always monitoring this frequency, and I didn't even know that.
I've got the 146.520 programmed into this radio.
Okay, I'm pretty sure Dean has it. Dean, if you don't have, I'm pretty sure Dean probably has that. But tomorrow, if we're all around, Bob, I know you might not be around, or today, I don't know how many people are still driving, but I wouldn't mind testing it today, if anybody has it, just to see if we can even hear each other. Over.
That's funny. I wanted to try the same thing. We can probably do it after we're done with the net here.
Well, I'll see if there are any more check-ins, and if not, we'll have 15 minutes left, and then we can just go and check that. And Rick, by the way, I checked out my programming software there, and it showed me how to do main channel. So I have P6 now as a, how you have a short, you can have a short thing or a long thing. So P6 now has it. So now I have the national calling frequency on 146.520. So and then my main one is VE3SVC. So I'm going to leave the radio like that. That's kind of cool now that I can keep that one on monitoring now, and then be on the other one. So thank you, Rick. And if it wasn't for you saying that, I would never even thought about looking at it. Okay, let's see if there's anybody out there. We've had 4 call-ins today. I'm looking for number 5. Could that be you? VA3EWV listening. Okay, VA3FZ, I heard you. I also heard a mobile. Could you come back mobile, please? Okay, Yeah, Ed, I can hear you loud and clear actually on my end. You're coming in for that meeting today. I was wanting to go, and then I got lucky and got a interview in Ottawa today at 11 o'clock. Yes, I hear you up in there, Ed. Come on in. Okay. Yeah, I was hoping to go to that, but I'm so excited to have an interview. So I hope that goes well too. But anyway, Ed, you have a good day out there. And Rob, I didn't forget about you. Come on in there, VA3FZ. I just heard him in the weeds there, and I want to pull him out. Go ahead, Rob.
Well, good morning, Ernest, and everybody on net. Don't have too much traffic this morning. I'm kind of been sick for the last few days, and I'm on quarantine here at work because nobody can do the job that I'm doing. So, being as I'm in the control room, I get to work by myself and listen to the radio and have less interruptions. Anyways, I have a worker here that his wife is very sick. She has MS, and I didn't want him or anybody else to give it to him. So this way here we have separate washrooms and separate work area. So no, I'm just listening in, and whenever you go to Simplex there, I'll follow you through there. VA3FZ.
Yeah, I hope you feel better because you can definitely hear that almost like a whistle in your voice when you breathe in. So take care of yourself. We won't try to get you back in there. I appreciate you keying up though. We're going, and you have the natural calling frequency in there. So we're going to do one more call to see if anybody else is there before we go and have some fun and see if we can talk on that frequency. Anybody else want to pop in? It's your time to shine. VA3EWV listening. Okay, guys, here we go. This is pretty exciting to me. I don't know about you guys. Like I said, the older hams are probably like yawning over there. They're probably like yawn fest. But, you know, for me, this is going to be kind of cool. So let's move over now to 146.520 and see if we can get this to work for us, okay? I'll see you guys over there shortly. I guess what they say is QSY to 146.520. This is VA3EWV testing. VA3EWV testing.
VA3JYD. I can hear you at my location very well, Ernest.
VA3JYD, I had to turn the volume down. You blew the you blew the roof off over here. You're coming in really loud. How many watts you pushing over there?
I believe it's about 45 or 50. I'm not sure. I have to look in the book.
Right.
But it's on high power anyway.
Woo, it's working. Let me tell you. Okay. Oh, okay. Now that we've heard JYD, let's see who else is out there. Then we're gonna see how everybody else heard it. Anybody else out there make it?
VA3FZ, I can hear you also, Ernest, about at 7, I guess.
Okay, we're not gonna strain your voice there. Do you know how many watts are you? How many watts are you?
I think I'm 45 watts. I'm not 100% sure, but around there.
Okay, so we got VA3JYD at 30 something. I'll come back and get that number. You at probably about 45. I'm at 5 something watts right now. I'm on medium power, and I like to go. I'll try that with high power later. Anybody else out there on the simplex frequency? VA3KCB, did you make it? VA3AQE, did you make it? Okay, I'm back there. VE3JYD. This is VA3EWV returning. I'm on 50 watts now. How do I sound with you there?
Oh, you're coming in here full pin. You're hitting really, really good.
Yo, good morning there. What are you doing on the VHF call?
Good morning, VE3JIN. Yes, and by the way, I'm doing a little testing, and it's on live stream. I just want to let you know, in case you don't want to be there. But we're testing out this national calling frequency. A lot of us did not have it programmed in, and we're just testing. We're not doing a rag shoot. We're just testing, though. But how can you hear me over there, Bob?
Actually, it's VA3. Yeah, you're coming in fine. You're about five bars on 7 there. Go ahead.
Okay, VE3JYD, can you hear VA3JIN?
Yeah, I can hear him.
Okay, and VA3FZ, can you hear VA3JIN?
No, I can't hear him. I have just a small quarter wave here, so it wouldn't. It's not good for long distance.
Okay, no problem. VA3JIN, what part of town are you in?
Well, I'm at home on my main station. I can hear the other two fellas there. I missed their call sign, but I can hear them. The first one said he could hear me, and the second fella is stronger than the first fella, but he says he can't hear me, which is odd.
Okay, yeah, but where, like, not your address, but where are you in Cornwall? I don't know where you live, actually.
No, I'm near Green Valley, not too far from your Kubota dealer, maybe 5 minutes drive from there.
Okay, JYD, you heard that? He's by the Kubota dealer in Green Valley.
Yeah, and he's hitting me here about 3 bars. So I can hear him all right.
Okay, VA3KCB, did you make it? Anybody else make it to this test?
What's up, Doc?
I heard what's up, Doc. What's your call sign? Who's this?
VA3.
Oh, VA3 Echo Victor. Oh, okay. So good morning to you there, Rick. Yeah, Rick, I'm hearing pretty good here in St. Andrews on Simplex there. Over.
I just realized it was 8 o'clock and I didn't hear anybody on PGC, and then I started tuning around and heard somebody on 180 SBC for some people. And then I heard talk about 5.2, so I went 5.2 over.
Yeah, so you're sounding pretty good here. You're sounding pretty good here, Rick. 1 second, I'll be right back, everybody.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go, Ernest. VA3JIN. I've got a flu shot appointment, but 7-3's everybody.
Okay, have a good day there, VA3JIN. Okay, I'm going to see if I can find Rick, VA3KCB, and get him over here. I didn't hear him in there. Rick, are you there? Over. Okay, I'll be right back. VA3KCB, this is VA3EWV. Are you there?
Yep, I'm back here. I couldn't get it to work.
Okay. Oh, you just typed it in, eh? Is that what you were doing?
I typed it in and I called out and I listened and I heard nothing.
Okay, well we're gonna all come back over here. I'll be right back, okay? Okay, everybody. VA3KCB wasn't able to make it. We were able to get oh my God, all the call signs, eh? I'm just gonna say names. Wherever we get Rob, Bob, and Rick over here, and the other Bob, but we didn't get VA3AQE. I didn't hear him, and I did not hear VA3KCB. So if we want to QSO back over to the repeater on VA3SVC, we can. Anybody got anything before we go though? Okay, nothing heard. We're going to QSY back over to SVC. VA3EWV returning. VA3KCB, you there? Over.
VA3KCB, here.
Okay, we're back. We should have VA3FZ. He's there. His voice is really bad, so I'm not going to call him in there. VA3JYD was out there as well. Is everybody back at VA3AQ? Are you there, or have you made it to your destination? Well, it's all over 9 o'clock right now, so he must have made it to his destination. Okay, well, VA3JYD, you back in?
Yeah, I'm here on the repeater.
Okay, awesome. Just wanted to know you made it back. And VA3FZ, did you make it back?
Yes, we did. VA3FZ.
Okay, well that's okay. So we had so we had VA3FZ, VA3AQE, but I'm sure he's at his home at his QTH. This still was a good test, and we saw if we could get it working or not. I hope that we can do this again tomorrow. This is today's thing, and we're going to see if there's any more call-ins out there, or any last comments. Over.
VA3KCB comment.
Go ahead, Rick.
Okay, being that I wasn't able to get in, was everyone else able to communicate?
Yes, so what happened, I'll give you a brief thing what happened. I called out, JYD was the first one that called back. He hit me hard in the shack. I had the volume all the way up, I had to turn it down, so he was hitting me really good. I don't know how many watts he had on it, but we'll let him tell that. And then I heard VA3FZ, he says he's about 45 watts. Then VA3JIN, who just monitored, remember I told you guys he monitors that frequency? He heard us in there and he came back. So everybody could hear me, but VA3FZ could not hear VA3JIN. But VA3JIN could hear all of them. Now I don't know if these people, because I know Rick came in there too, VA3 Echo Victor. But I don't know if these guys are on, like, what radio they have, what antenna they have. I know Rick has a beam, but was he on a beam? I don't know what the other guy had, VA3EWV, and if his beam was pointing toward us. He said he's in Green Valley. So he was in Green Valley and picking us up. Unfortunately, since I started too late, I think AQE had to go back. Anybody else have any observations they want to share over? Well, if you're around, folks, I'm about to head to Ottawa. As soon as I can get my radio from the shack into the car and and get a coffee. But if you're monitoring, I know most people are going to be probably off for the rest of the day. But I keep, if you follow me, I keep going on VE2, wait, hold on a second. Old Chelsea, VE2CRA, 146.940. Old Chelsea, Quebec. I heard that's Camp Fortune repeater. I'm going to be QSYing over to the VE2CRA in about 15 minutes and starting my trip onto Ottawa there. And if anybody's around, that's awesome. If not, y'all have a good rest of your day. But I was able to talk to VA3EWV from here, and in Ottawa, sitting in Ottawa, as I was able to hear him too. I was able to talk to a couple other people that are on mobiles as well. But I'll be in my mobile for sure, and I'll be talking on that repeater in about 15 minutes. Anyway, everybody have a great day. This is VA3EWV. One last call for comments, and then we'll return the repeater to its normal use. Okay, nothing heard, fellas. Y'all have a really good day. Thanks for the testing. It was a pretty exciting day for me today. I hope you all have a wonderful day. This is only air with VA3EWV on the Throwback Thursday edition, and we're going to be 7-3 and clear. Oh, that was cool. That was a good net there. Okay, everybody, that was a pretty interesting net. We got to try a lot of good stuff. I see Kimberly in there. I see Robert in there. Okay, she's got a few things to do this morning, but we got you checked in there, Kimberly. We thank everybody for watching and tuning in to On the Air with VA3EWV. Coming at you one time for a good time and trying to bring amateur out there so everybody can experience it. The old people to come back, the new people to have a good time. And let's spread some joy with this hobby. Have a good morning.